Hello folks, hello darlings. So bit of a different vibe this week. I do apologise if last week was a little bit on the depressing side, shall we say. Well, at the end of the day, I am one of these people that I can cope with one thing at a time and sort of battle through that, but when I start getting lots of different things attacking me, I do tend to just go back into my shell a little bit and a little bit down and so on. So, but I do apologise, but if we want this thing to be authentic and real and the kind of things that you may go through, well then that's what you might get. Okay, but let's talk about that weighing from last time. Well, wasn't expecting that. So down, was it 9.25 pounds? Ooh. Wow. Stoked about that. I can't say any more than that. I was not expecting it in the slightest. I wasn't actually really expecting to have recouped the weight I'd put on from the previous week, let alone then surpass it by however many pounds. But very thoroughly appreciated, I can tell you that. So what I'm kind of doing now, I've got myself into a bit of a rhythm with things. So I now begrudgingly, especially at this time of year now, and it got bloody cold, begrudgingly getting up early in the morning to go swimming, which I thought was a marvellous idea this morning as I was freezing my arse off trying to get my car warmed. So I go swimming first thing in the morning before I then come back and go to work. Go to work, I work from home, so I'm going to go home. I think that's probably a better way of saying it. And then when I finish work at the end of the day, I then go to the gym. But currently at the moment, what I'm doing is I'm spending time on the cycling machine, whatever you want, whatever the hell you want to call it. And then I spend time on the treadmill. But what I'm doing with the treadmill is I'm now starting to do it where I'm increasing the incline of it. And I go on that for half an hour. And I'm absolutely knackered by the end of it. I am obviously at some point looking to do a bit more with weights, but one thing at a time, eh? You know, especially I don't want to push it too bloody hard. But that's what I'm doing, and it seems to be working. Now, as many of you would know, going back, the idea of going to the bloody gym, full stop, oh Christ, give you a sick bucket. But what I don't want to become is one of these, oh yeah, you know, I went to the gym and then it's great, yeah, I do this and I do that and whatnot. And it just, I hate those people. But no, it is making me feel better. But something I want to bring up, and speaking of bringing up, I want to talk to you about sulfur burps, okay? Now, many of you who will be on Mounjaro will be fully aware of what Mounjaro is. If you're on Mounjaro, you should know what Mounjaro is. Many of you who are on Mounjaro should be fully aware of what sulfur burps are. Now, the interesting thing is that I am, well, at the last weigh-in, that was my 32-week mark, right? So I'm quite a way into this journey. And I've seen videos of people going, oh yeah, I've had the dreaded sulfur burps and all that. And to be honest, I thought, well, I haven't had them. I've had nothing like that. The only other thing, as I've mentioned in previous videos, the only other symptom I have had is constipation. And that sort of comes and goes and ebbs and flows, and I sort of consider myself to be quite lucky in that respect. I still do, because I don't get nausea or anything like that. But I have now had the dreaded sulfur burps. Okay, so what is this then? So I had to look into it a little bit, and basically where the Mounjaro is slowing down your digestive system, food is staying in your stomach for longer. And obviously it's not just sitting there, it's got the sort of gut bacteria that is or digestive bacteria, which is doing its job, and obviously when it then reacts with that, it releases gases, and it's not something I've ever had an issue with, but I first had it when I had food poisoning. And I will be honest, I completely 100% blame Mrs. Chris for this, because so far I've had them twice, and both times she's had it first, then told me that she's got them, and then within a matter of a couple of hours I've then had them. So actually squarely on her shoulders this blame is. But I had it when I was when I had food poisoning, and it is the most, oh god, it's like you've had a load of fizzy drink, so you keep belching, okay, but it's this really pungent, horrible tasting, and it is egg, okay, but it's an eggy kind of, not a nice egg, shall we say. So when I've then had it, and then you taste it and you smell, I'm then like, oh god, because it's enough to make you know. Well, anyways, just to let you know, as much as I was celebrating my £9.25 loss from last weekend, and basically I might have indulged. Sorry, I was concentrating then, because there was these two kids walking on this very busy road, or this shitty road really, and I was then thinking, why didn't somebody take them to school? But I sort of go off on a wander there. I sort of indulged myself, so we had fish and chips and stuff like that, and because for some reason all week I've been thinking to myself, God, I'd love a bit of fish and chips and whatnot, but proper fish and chips, fish and proper fish and chip fish. Get out the way. Sorry, just need hit to a partridge. Somebody else would have just run it over, but not me. I'm empathetic like that. So I had that, was stuffed, because my eyes are definitely now bigger than what my stomach is, and to be fair, that was that. And then the next day, which was Monday, she'll kill me for saying this, I had a message from Mrs. Chris saying, I've got them again. I've got the sulphur pups. And I was like, oh no, oh that's terrible. Lo and behold, a couple of hours later, if that, I then start getting them, and it wasn't as bad as when I had food poison, but it's still horrible. And it's this feeling in your stomach, like you can feel that something's not right, or not like normal, and then it comes up and I go, and so as you know, I do partake in the ingestion of fizzy drinks, and I know that doesn't help. So, and definitely not when you've got sulphur burps. So I was pretty much on juice all day. I think that helped a bit, and also I did look and it said sort of moving, getting the digestive system moving a bit more. That helps as well. So although I did have it, it probably wasn't as bad as if I just sat at home all day, just had me fizzy drinks. I think it'd probably been worse. But bless her, she suffered a little bit more than me, and it reeks. I'm sorry, it does stink. But I mention this purely because, unlike me, I assumed, well, I've never had them, so therefore obviously I won't get them. But if you are on your own journey and you're however many weeks in and you've not had sulphur burps yet, don't rule it out. Okay, it could come in at another point, and I guess it's just one of those things that could just come and go. But I suppose what it does say to me is look, Chris, you know, I know on a Sunday you kind of pig out a bit. Maybe I just can't do that as much anymore. Maybe it's just my own body sort of training me to sort of go, look, no, you're not able really to do that. Just calm it down a bit, okay? So this Sunday I'm not going to say I won't eat, but I'm not going to pig out, I think is the best thing. I just don't think my body can do it anymore, and that's a good thing. I'm not arguing against that. That's a good thing. It's a bit annoying that I can't have something like fish and chips without then feeling like I've been working at a bloody omelette house for like 50 years. But well, is what it is, I suppose. Anyways, enough of that. Enough of my stench. Let's go over to sorry, I was just waving at someone I know. I wasn't just waving at strangers. No one here actually likes me anyway, so I don't give a fuck. Right, let's go see how I did this week. I don't know. Let's see how I did. Bit of performative art there, sorry. Right, so week 33. Let's see how this goes. Not sure about this. Not really been able to go to the toilet properly for a few days, so not sure. Anyways, let's see how it goes, and fingers crossed.
2 hours later.
In there somewhere. In there, waiting to come out. Back to the video. Rightio folks, so that was the latest. Obviously I'm shooting this during the week, so I have no idea how it's gone or whatnot. But if you are in any way interested in this voyage that I'm on, because believe me, I've still got a long way to go, then please like the video, subscribe, you can leave me a comment. I do apologise for everybody who's been leaving comments and I've not been able to get round to you. It has been manic. I am looking to go back and answer comments. I swear a lot. But yeah, so please, if you enjoyed that, and as usual, let's go for a little walk. See you next time.
Wise Mounjaro, come on in and you can see his goofy face, arthritic knee, still living life like he's 23. But no more chips and no more cheese, his boobs alone are double D's, and he sits down when he pees. Wise Mounjaro, oh wise Mounjaro, losing weight, that's his job, so he can finally see his knob. If only he could stop shoveling food in his gob, spending hours on the bog trying to pass another law. Wise Mounjaro, oh wise Mounjaro, subscribe to him now, it'll mean a lot, so he can finally stop being a blob, so he can finally stop being such a big old hairy blob. Subscribe to him now, it'll mean a lot, so he can finally stop being a blob, so he can finally stop being such a big old hairy blob.